I want to welcome you all today. Thank you, Jahan, for the super sticker. Let me just send the folks some IG over here. And let's send the people over here real quick. Hope y'all having a blessed day. Let me just go ahead and get this on here right now. So today's title is Black Culture Strikes Again. Somebody hit me up today and they said, what's my purpose in exposing all these Black people? What's my purpose? Now, when it comes to exposing white people, you don't need a purpose. But when I expose Black people, I need a purpose. And Money Todd, I got one of your videos I'm gonna use on the Deion situation. I want to start with the Colorado thing. Now listen now. I don't have a dog in the fight when it comes to Deion Sanders in Colorado. But I will say that what he's done at Colorado is a reflection of Black culture. It's a whole lot of showmanship, but not that much substance. And the problem is that this is how Black folks have existed for quite some time, with a lot of show, a lot of circus acts, but it's not really any substance. But that's attractive to the powers that be to entice other people to do things. And so they use Black people via Black culture to get folks to jump on board with all these agendas. So, like certain songs like Vax That Thing Up, the Run DMC rap song, it was a cartoon. Meg Thee Stallion did some on Saturday Night Live when it came to the shot. So again, they use Black people to make this decadence popular, via Black culture, because again, Black culture is rooted in idol worship and is rooted in decadence. But this whole Deion Sanders fiasco, and I'm calling it a fiasco, why do you think everybody's cheering for Deion to succeed? Just think about this for a second. Why does everybody want Deion to win? If you're telling me that America's racist, so why does everybody want to see Deion Sanders win if America's so racist? The underlying theme with Deion Sanders and most Black men you see is a feeling of sympathy, empathy. People feel sorry for Deion because Deion had to come from the Black school and now he's at the big white school and now he might be overwhelmed, but if he succeeds, he gets all the praise. And if he fails, it's going to blame white people. This is how Black folks been existing for a long time. You take the average Black person and you put them in a white environment or an environment that's mixed, they're going to be uncomfortable. They're going to feel insecure. You take the average Black person and you put them in a mixed environment, they are going to feel uncomfortable. They are going to feel inadequate. Got this stain on my shirt. Let me change this shirt. I wasted some salad dressing on. Let me change this shirt real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want this stain on my shirt. Give me 1 second, y'all. I don't want this stain on my shirt. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm back, y'all. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to get that thing. I can't have my hair cut and I can't have my fresh haircut and then have a stain on my shirt, You know what I mean? But anyway, so the whole Deion Sanders thing is a subconscious feeling sorry for anybody black. So you automatically give black folks credit because they're black going against something that's greater than them. Anybody that critiques Deion is going, if they're white, they're racist. If they're black, they're a sellout. It's just that simple. It's no deeper than that. But again, we got to pay attention to the language. It's the language that gets us. And there's a video I'm going to play that Chuck posted, but it's the language. It's how they say something. It's the words they use. The stuff doesn't actually mean anything, but it's the words that you get caught up on. Hold on. Let me find this video by Miss Tot. Let me find the video. Here we go.
Oh, God. I'm tired of telling y'all this stuff over and over and over and over again. I told y'all last week that Colorado got to get focused. But let me tell you one thing about black folk. You don't want any type of critiquing. You don't want nobody to tell y'all, okay, guys, y'all got to stop doing this over here, and y'all got to get focused. I saw some stuff online. I ain't even going to say what it was, because y'all going to know exactly what it is. But I saw some stuff online this week where folks are worried about the wrong thing. I said that way. They worry about the wrong thing. Some of these cats in Colorado got the wrong kind of people giving them gifts. Yeah, man. It's too much playing going on. It's too much playing going on. If Colorado's really going to be a real contender, playtime got to be over. They're going to have to cut that volume down in that locker room. And I know Deion uses these things as recruiting tools because he know people watching this. Young kids are watching this. But you can recruit me with Master P all day, and The Rock and everybody else all day. But when I get there, am I going to win against tough opponents? No.
Now, again, so when it comes to this whole Deion thing, like I was telling people, it's a circus. And it's a circus because I'm not saying that he can't coach. I'm not saying that the guys aren't talented. What I'm saying is this is a play into black culture. It's flashy, it's exciting, it's emotional, it's a roller, it's all these things, but is it sustainable? Is it sustainable? Is all this pressure sustainable? And the answer is no. The reason why black folks have been failing is because black culture is not sustainable. You can't sustain that kind of existence. You can't sustain an existence that's just built on what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like, what it tastes like. There has to be something actually rooted into the ground so that when the wind blows, it doesn't just fall over. When the storm comes, it doesn't just fall over. Now, I get it. Some athletes are about showmanship. I get it. I get all that. I'm simply saying that the reason why I expose these black people is because when a black person gets in front of that camera, they already have credibility. That is a problem. At this point, Deion Sanders can do no wrong. Even if he loses, he wins. They're going to make it about the Oregon coach being racist than his team losing. Why can't the black man celebrate? Why can't the black man sell his shades? I played a video last week with Tariq Nasheed and the fake caller. We just hate to see y'all shining. That's a lie. That's a lie. Tom Brady told his son, spend less time in the Rolls Royce truck or Lamborghini truck or whatever and spend more time on that field. This is Tom Brady. I met Tom Brady one time. I can't say this about Tom Brady. He was a normal guy, at least on the surface. He spoke everything like he was the normal guy. He was dressed like really kind of dressed, kind of had on some dirty Under Armour shoes. I mean, he really was very unassuming in person. But he's dedicated to winning, though. He's not dedicating to what it looks like. He's dedicated to winning. Not a whole lot of flash with Tom Brady. I didn't see any. Listen, I saw all them players walk in on the Patriots, all of them, and the black players coming in with chains on, the white guys coming in normal. And I made it a point. I made it a point to see the difference between the white players and the black players. And sure enough, most of the white players came in with the team issued stuff on. Most of the black players came in with shades, chains. Now you can say, why can't they do it? Why can't they? That is a culture. And that culture bleeds over into other things. It ain't just them walking in shining. It's them walking in shining wherever they go. It's them when their careers over, they broke. Black folks are always putting on a show. Black folks are always putting a show on. And I'm like, who y'all putting a show on for? You claim it's in defiance of white people, but white people look at you like y'all crazy. And again, Deion Sanders is working with the system. Let's continue.
No, because you really ain't even got no real game plan. Because not only did them boys on that field get out played, them cats over there with them headsets got out coached. Yeah. Oregon was disrespecting them so much. They would just, whatever kind of play they wanted to call, they would just call them. And they would be successful at calling them. They were having their way with Colorado. If Colorado don't cut the volume down on the boom box, cut the volume down on the jury and all that junk, you can have your jury, but your focus can't be that. If I got to recruit you, I'm a football team, and I got to recruit you with Master P. And I got to recruit you with Offset, Lil Wayne. That's a bad sign. Because I should be recruiting you with my winning skills and my winning record. That's what I should be recruiting you with. But I'm not. And then, somebody mentioned Travis Hunter. I said, man, we think this would be a different game if Travis Hunter was out there. No, it wouldn't. It might be 42 to maybe 14. That's about it. They got to get smarter, man. They got to get smarter.
But the only way to get smarter is to not care what it looks like. And that's the problem with black folks, is that black folks have built their entire existence on what it looks like. Everything we see in the physical and the natural is in the spirit first. So really, we should be focused on the things of the spirit first and the physical second. But black folks are focused on what it looks like to everybody else. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. And this whole Deion Sanders thing is black culture. What that Oregon coach say? They doing it for clicks. They doing this for clicks and likes. It's a show. There's a reason why the powers that be want y'all to see all of this circus. It's a reason. There's a reason why they want black folks to be socially untouchable. There's a reason. Why do you think they want black folks to be socially untouchable? Why? Why would they want black folks to be able to get in front of a microphone and no matter what they say, folks gonna believe it? Why would they want that? Why would the enemy want black folks to have that much leverage? And people get mad when I say it, but black people lie. Black folks get in front of a microphone and you automatically assume they're telling the truth because they're most of the time complaining. And it's pure BS. Black folks are the masters of deception. You see a guy got a nice car, nice clothes, chain, watch. He meet a girl tonight at the club. They go back. They have intercourse. Then the next week she find out the car wasn't his, the watch wasn't his, the place wasn't his, the chain wasn't his. All a show. And she fell for it. Black people are gullible because they care about what it looks like. That's why they put Kamala Harris, because of what she looks like. I did 1,000 videos of her saying she's Indian. The people saying she's Indian. Her saying I grew up Indian. It didn't matter. Because black folks took the look over the truth. Black people took what it looked like over the actual truth. Everybody want to see Deion succeed because Deion feeds the narrative that you ain't really got to put it in to succeed. What you mean, Blanche? He put in work at Jackson State. No. Jackson State don't mean nothing. What means something is to go to a D1 big time conference, get a program that's failing and turn it around. That's the challenge. It's not a challenge to get the best black athletes in your Deion Sanders at a black school. That ain't that difficult. What I'm saying is this right here at Colorado, that being black don't matter. The show don't matter. The theatrics don't matter. Now you got to be able to coach. You got to be able to play. Let's continue.
And they got to learn how to play blue collar football. They got to learn how to play smash mouth football. This coaching staff gonna have to tighten up on their coaching. It ain't just them kids on that field. It's them cats with them headsets too. Having your shades on and your chain on, that don't win no games. That does not win games. But I know y'all somewhere crying. Well, see, and my main nemesis from last week, I have yet to see him. He's been hiding, so that lets me further know that I am right. I ain't the team prophet for nothing. Come on here. See, I don't like to tell y'all what I do in church for real. But I ain't missed yet, huh? Ain't nobody but God. And why ain't have no shallow dream this week? Because the Lord knew they were going to lose. Bo Nix, at the beginning of the game, they said, oh, he's the most experienced quarterback. Da, da, da. I told somebody, I said, yeah, they ain't lying. And Bo proved it. Bo picked y'all behinds apart, Colorado. I love you. I want to see you do well. But you're going to have to follow the rules. And the rules is cut the volume down. ASAP. If you don't want to go home looking like a fool. Y'all be blessed.
So, you know, in other words, stop being black. Go out there and play football. You think about Michael Jordan, right? To me, Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player ever. And he's the greatest because Jordan gave 100%, 110% all the time. Jordan's work, think about it now. They love LeBron James' image because LeBron James comes from a broken home, single parent mom, place to place. I'm not going to get on the fact that LeBron James doesn't have any family that we know of. You've never seen LeBron James' grandparents. You've never seen his dad. You've never seen none of LeBron James' family, which leads me to believe he's probably made in a lab somewhere. But anyway, it's another conspiracy theory of another day. But anyway, but they love the LeBron James story because LeBron James fits the image of what they want Black folks to see, that you can come from the single mom and still make it. They don't want you to see the middle class, upper middle class, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and still have the same tenacity and work ethic. Just go listen to Michael Jordan talk post-game and go listen to LeBron. It's two different types of players, two different types of men. LeBron is filled with excuses. Jordan is not. But again, I remember watching The Last Dance that was on, I think it was on Netflix. Came out, I think, 3 years ago. And in The Last Dance, there was a scene where Jordan starts crying. And he says, if y'all don't, like the way I do it, then don't play with me. And I remember listening to the players talk about how hard Jordan was on them, but not one of the players said it wasn't worth it. Every last one of them said him being hard on us made us better players. And so at the end of the day, again, this is why I talk about Black men so much, is because what the Black man has become is what you see in Deion Sanders. It's all a show. It's a show. At the end of the day, you got to be able to dig in deep to face this world and overcome. But how you gonna dig deep if you shallow? How you gonna dig deep into something that you never put a foundation down for? How? How you gonna dig deep and it's all been about showmanship? It's all been about you being Black. How you gonna dig deep? What are you gonna do when Black don't matter? Black is beautiful. Black don't crack. Black is a vibe. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Black people are gods. Black people are kings and queens. It's all a facade and a show. When you got to dig deep and you got to dig in there and find something, the children can't read. They can't write. They can't do math. Black people lead the nation in STDs, in homicides, in abortions, in disease, in obesity. Like if everything that requires a person to dig in there and actually do, Black folks are last. If it's just about Black folks being Black, they're gonna always be number one. When you look behind that black curtain, Black folks are first in everything that is destructive. From lack of education down to a poor diet. But if you turn on your TV, you see Black. You look on social media, you see Black. Everywhere you turn, you see Black. Black folks are maybe the least population besides the Jewish folks, but Black folks may be the second least with the most representation. You see Black folks everywhere. Everywhere. Now y'all gonna say, well, Blanche, you always getting on Black people. The enemy is going to use the untouchables. That is your Black people, that is your trans, that is your LGBTQs, that is your immigrants, that is your liberals. That's who he's going to use. He's going to use the people that people can't scrutinize or challenge. Let's continue. Let's continue. Thank you, Jahan, for the super sticker. But I want to talk about, let me go to this one real quick. Let me pause this real quick.
On Twitter.
No. All right. Thank you, Cruise Missile, for the super sticker. Let me go to some of these comments, say what's up to everybody. Somebody said, I don't hear Deion making excuses. Well, Deion created a culture that's not sustainable. It's not. Everything can't be a show. Everything can't be flash. There has to be some substance. I went to the Oregon locker room when they was talking, the coach was talking. It was just the coach talking. Wasn't nobody walking around, wasn't nobody moving, just the coach was talking, everybody looking at the coach. And it showed on the field. I don't give Deion Sanders credit for not making excuses. He's not supposed to make an excuse. But at the end of the day, he created a culture that's not sustainable. The same way black folks have. It's all about what it looks like. What's up, Jahan? What's up, YRH56 Zoe? What's up, Lisa? What's up, Goddess Navi? What's up, Prudence? What's up, Rishan? What's up, EJ? What's up, Adrena? What's up, Prudence? What's up, King Tabernacle? What's up, True Fi? What's up, Sub-Zero? Thank you for the super sticker. What's up, Angel? What's up, Tiana? I think that's everybody. Oh, no. What's up, Kenya? What's up, Star Baby? What's up, A Honeycut? What's up, Mr. Demir? What's up, Paul? What's up, Khalil? My bad. And what's up, MKOK? What's up, Reese? Yeah, but let's continue. Somebody sent me a video, and the video was showing these police officers hitting this guy while he was handcuffed. Now, let me say this too. Unlike the rest of most black people, I don't make excuses. If I think somebody's doing something that's wrong, I'm going to say they're doing something that's wrong that I believe. They was hitting this man when he was handcuffed, and I'm like, why they hitting the dude in his leg? So I thought they was wrong. But the person tagged me in the video as to say that, and again, the standard for police officers can't be perfection if there's no other industry that y'all require perfection in. You don't require firefighters to be perfectionists. Perfect, I mean. You don't require mayors to be perfect. You don't require senator. Like, y'all don't require nobody to be perfect. You don't require the person that deals with the sewage or the gas or the electricity to be perfect. Y'all don't require perfection nowhere except when it comes to the police. But you only require perfection from the police because of the media. It's the media. So if there's bad police officers, there's bad firefighters, there's bad utility workers, there's bad city work, there's bad workers in every field that we have. But the media doesn't care about that. The media cares about showing you one industry bad so that you can want them to be gone. And then once they're gone, then they can just usher in this great reset. But let's continue. They took the jab, ain't blamed not a doctor or a politician. They mad the police 100%. All these folks took this snake bite, but they mad at the police. All these folks took the snake bite, but they're mad at the police. And they're mad at the police because the left, if you want to call it the left, controls the language. So if somebody says, oh, you're a misogynist, toxic masculinity, you're a racist, anti-Semitic, these words already are psychologically programmed in most people. You already have an emotional tie to the word. Oh, she's racist. Let's continue.
I saw this white woman on Twitter who was talking, this was a while ago, not on Twitter, on TikTok, a while ago when there was a black woman follow train thing happening. And white women were getting upset. Why can't we be on the follow train? Girl, everything is not for you. But she was saying, y'all wouldn't have a follow train yourselves. Like, number one, you want to hop onto something that black women created, which you do all the time. But she said, you all wouldn't have created a white woman follow train amongst yourselves because you don't like each other, because you practice this passive aggressiveness versus actual true friendship and like hyping one another up. Like, that's a distinctively minority thing. That
Now listen to what she just said. Listen to what she just said. This girl just said that being a genuine friend is exclusively a minority thing. White women aren't genuine friends to other white women. And my question to black people is, what made y'all experts on white people? You don't talk to white people. You don't have white friends. All y'all do is work for white people and watch them on TV and watch them in movies. This girl just said that women being friends is exclusively for minority women. White women are not able to be friends. They practice being passive aggressive.
white people don't really do for real. So I think that's a really important thing when we're thinking about being in white space. I saw this white woman on.
Now, again, this is why I say black people lie. The average black person will listen to her and thinks what she's saying is the truth. Because when black people get in front of a camera or get on the stage, they're automatically believed. Play it again.
I saw this white woman on Twitter who was talking, this was a while ago, not on Twitter, on TikTok, a while ago when there was a black woman follow train thing happening. And white women were getting upset. Why can't we be on the follow train? Girl, everything is not for you. But she was saying, y'all wouldn't have a follow train yourselves. Like, number one, you want to hop onto something that black women created, which you do all the time. But she said, you all wouldn't have created a white woman follow train amongst yourselves because you don't like each other, because you practice this passive aggressiveness versus actual true friendship and like hyping one another up. Like, that's a distinctively minority thing that white people don't really do for real. So I think that's a really important thing when we're thinking about being in white space. I saw this white.
Now, she just said that white people basically aren't friends to each other. She said. But black people's complaint to other black folks is that we don't stick together. This is what black folks say. We don't stick together like white people. So which one is it? First you say that white folks stick together. Now you're saying they're not true. They're not really friends. Which one is it? Again, black people lie. And I know that sounds horrible to say, but it's true. This girl right here is spitting out utter nonsense, but the average black person is going to believe her. If you ask me, I would say that most women probably don't get along anyway, regardless of color. And to me, if you want to be honest, and if I can be even more honest, most of these women, black women, that stuff is fake anyway. Black women rally around foolishness. They rally around bad behavior. They rally around twerking, sexy red. Come on, that's what black women look unified when some nonsense is going on. So when it's time to cut up and be decadent, yeah, black women come together. But when it comes time to build a nation, no, not at all. I haven't seen it. Not me. But again, it's where we are. It's where we are. Let's continue. Let's continue.
You gotta say what's up. Yeah. Wanna be on my roster, but it's all love. Yeah. We be living, learning, and we turn it up. Yeah. Work up to your desk, hold it up. Yeah. When I holler miss, hey, that be turned up. Yeah. Reading every day to get that scores up. Yeah. On the way to success, it ain't no love. Yeah. Coming case, so it's up, then it's stuff. Yeah.
Now, I see some people in the chat. And again, this is why I tell you all that to be black is to be controlled. Black people come on my page and they either say, what I'm saying is not true, don't back it up, or they say, I hate black people. One of the two things. A lot of women say that Sexy Red does not represent them, right? But have you ever seen a campaign to cancel Sexy Red? Have you ever seen a campaign to cancel Sukiana? Have you ever seen a campaign to cancel Glorilla? No. So when black women are going out and the music comes on, black women are saying, I'm not going to dance to this song because Sexy Red is rapping. I'm not going to dance to this song because Sukiana is rapping. I'm not going to dance to this song because Glorilla is rapping or Meg Thee Stallion is rapping or Cardi B. They're not going to do that. You're going to get up and you're going to dance to the song. So you can't say it don't represent you, but then when it's time to have fun, you twerking to the song. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. If Sexy Red music can make you get on and shake your behind, then you support it. If these women can get on a song, music comes on, and it makes you shake your behind, you support it. It's not making you grab a book. It's not making you grab a book. It's not making you go feed the homeless. It's making you do what it's designed to do, to shake and show your body. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but like I said earlier, it's spiritual before it's physical.
When you see me, you gotta say what's up. Yeah. Wanna be on my roster, but it's all love. Yeah. We be living, learning, and we turn it up. Yeah. Work up to your desk, hold it up. Yeah. When I holler miss, hey, that be turned up. Yeah. Reading every day to get that scores up. Yeah. On the way to success, it ain't no love. Yeah. Coming case, so it's up, then it's stuff. Yeah.
Now, I could have halfway felt her if she let the students do the rap. But she in the background dancing like it's her, like she finna drop an album. Young lady said on here, I'm black and classy. That's an oxymoron. You can't be black and classy. You can either be black or you can be classy, but you can't be both. No such thing. You can't be classy and ratchet, but you can't be black and classy, because black is something that was forced upon you when you came out of the womb. They gave you a script and said, this is being black, you got to do this. You had to check off these boxes, meet these standards. No such thing as being black and classy. No such thing. You look at if you look, it says the Black Renaissance, I guarantee it's filled with decadence, death, and destruction and damnation. To be black is to be controlled. And I keep telling y'all this. When you are black, you are controlled because you already have a prescribed set of things you're supposed to do. What does how is it? Think about it. Black men call black women queens, but black folks have the lowest marriage rate. What does that tell you? Black men are the only men in the world that call their women queens. This is a cultural thing, or even gods. Black men call a black woman gods and queens, but have the lowest marriage rates, the highest rate of single mothers. Explain it to me. I'll tell you why. Because being black won't allow those things to flourish. The moment black people made love conditional and called it black love, they stopped getting married. Our grandparents and great-grandparents never said black love, and they was married for 60 and 70 years. They was married for 60 and 70 years with no black love. These modern day black folks got black love and ain't even getting married. What's that tell you? It's crazy. The Deuce. I don't know what your nationality is, but you called your wife your queen on your wedding day. In black culture, they're calling a random girl a queen. You called your wife a queen on your wedding day. In black culture, every black woman is a queen. So it ain't the same thing. We got to start adding context because the left controls the language. They control the language. So these certain things, I'm this, I'm that, already have weight to them, even if it's not true. I talk about many white people. I talk about many white people, from Bill Gates, Klaus Schwab. I talk about the Jews. I talk about Biden. I talk about all of them. The difference is you heathens, you decadent, jabbed up heathens don't talk about anybody that's wicked and destructive. Anybody. Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, and y'all voted for him. So there's no man on this earth that can ever check me on anything because a white man sat up there and told him if he didn't vote for him, he wasn't black, and you did it. So in my book, you are for it. Until Joe Biden leaves office, you're going to be a slave in my eyes. I don't look at you as a man. Joe Biden told you to your face, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. And you went down there, on your way down there, hold on. You went down there, you voted for him, and then left the voting booth, and you went to Walgreens or CVS, and you got that shot. So I don't respect you. So no man can check me on anything after he voted for Joe Biden. Not no man. None. No man can check me on anything when Joe Biden got on national TV and said he want to make sure the children get transitioned. You can't tell me nothing. Y'all black folks ain't talking about nothing that's going on these Democrats is doing. They talking about transitioning children at 3 years old. They're talking about 9-month full-term abortions, and y'all ain't saying nothing. So y'all can't check me on nothing that I'm saying or doing. Nothing. Because y'all so weak and cowardly and disgusting till it's pathetic. Y'all gonna be the first ones in a camp. John Brown gonna be the first one in a camp. Let's sing the song, y'all. Like, what song? We shall overcome. I'm like, man, shut up. Sit down, man. John Brown gonna be the first talking about Come on, y'all, let's march, let's sing, let's march around the camp. These black children can't read or write. And this man ain't said nothing about it. You go to John Brown's page, these black children cannot read or write. The governor of Oregon signed a bill at 1 a.m. in the middle of the night that said there were no high school requirements for black and brown students. No requirements. This is after they made hard drugs legal in Oregon. There wasn't one black protest for a governor of a whole state saying black children don't have to have any standards when it comes to education. Y'all didn't do nothing. Y'all didn't march. Y'all didn't protest. Y'all didn't say anything. Black folks can't check me on nothing. What I'm saying is factual and true. This platform is not designed to praise y'all ignorant black folks. It's not. It's not designed to praise the decadent. It's not. Can't nobody black check me on nothing. Nothing. All of your heroes work for the devil. Your culture is death culture. There is nothing y'all can say about me that's going to hold any weight. I'm not black. And y'all keep forgetting that. Y'all think because I look a certain way that I'm identify a certain way and I don't. I'm not black. I don't look at y'all black folks and say, that's me, they're my people. I look at y'all and say, the devil gonna use them. So again, y'all can't check me on nothing. Not nothing. Most of y'all are atheists. You don't believe in God. Most of y'all follow the things of Satan. Y'all can't check me on nothing. He only talk about Joe Biden. He would never say nothing about nobody else there. Why? All these black folks that be upset with me, if you go to their page, all they do is copy and paste what every other ignorant black person is saying. No new thought, no critical thinking, just repost. They control the language. Police brutality. That's a trigger word. That's an emotional trigger. Police brutality. White supremacy. Those are emotional trigger words. They don't have to be proven, substantiated, or anything. They're already ingrained in the psyche of most people in America. I reject all of it. I reject all of it. So again, I'm not black. And I agree. White liberals are black. To me, there's already two groups that act like black folks. That is the trans community, and that is white liberals. So that's three, that's black people, trans people, and white liberals. I already consider them black. They got the same mindset, same victim mentality, same ideology. Black people, trans, and white liberals are the same in my book. They have the same spirit. Listen, he said, you'll find out how black you are when you get pulled over, as if I ain't been pulled over before. As if I ain't been pulled over before. You're going to find out how black you is when the police pulls you over. You better have your papers. Look how black men live in the world. This man sound like we in 1737. You better have your papers when the police pulls you over. Black men, the kings, the leaders. You better not let them white folks catch you on that horse. Black men. Black men got this image. They so tough and so strong, and it's all a facade. Black men, the weakest man on the planet. You know why? Because black men can't create families. He can't create communities. The black man is the weakest man on the planet because he can't build a community. He can't sustain a family. 30%, 33% of black men get married. 33%. 27% of black women get married. Black men got this facade. They so tough, so big and bad, but their children can't read. Black men walking around with their chest poked out and their children can't even read and write or do math. What you bragging about? What are you bragging about? Your child is last behind all the other children. Even the immigrants that can't speak English come over here and do better than black children. And the black men ain't even ashamed of it. The black man isn't even ashamed that the immigrants who can't even speak English are doing better than his children in school. He's not even ashamed of it. He's the weakest man on the planet. He can't build a family. But moreover, he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't have any faith. That's why the black man suffers. Because the black man, instead of looking at God, is looking at the white man. It's embarrassing. And it's sad. It's sad. I really want to start a campaign, no more excuses. Everybody asks me, what's your solution, Blair? You always talk about what the solution? No excuses. What you mean no excuses? I've been oppressed. I'm a victim. No excuses. They always ask my solution. I say, stop making excuses. Black folk got all the language, all the cliche sayings. Get it out the mud. I'm grinding. I'm hustling. Get it off the muscle. I built this thing brick by brick. I came from the bottom. Black men got all the slogans. None of them true. How you telling me you got it out the mud, but then the white man show up and the mud dry up? Now it's just dirt. Now you can't dig no more. You had a shovel in your hand and you got it out the mud. The white man showed up, took your shovel, and the ground dried up. Now you stuck. No excuses. That's my solution. No excuses. So much you want some woman to submit to y'all, and you talking about the white man, but you want the woman to submit, talking about, oh, we really, monogamy is the white man thing. We used to have a whole bunch of women. You can't, y'all, hold up. Y'all can't do it right with one woman. What made you, who told black men, hold up, black men can't do it right with one woman? What makes y'all think y'all can do it right with 3 and 4? Are you crazy? Y'all can't do it right with one. You got to master one first. Y'all going from 0 to 3 women, 4 women. That's the white man talk about be with one woman. We supposed to have a lot of women, Black. Y'all can't master one woman. Build a family with the one woman, then we can talk. Build a family with her. Check off all the boxes. Your child can read and can write and do math. The household not chaotic. Y'all ain't in debt. You ain't cheating. She ain't a city girl. Show me the report card. Then we can talk about somebody else coming. But until then, one woman, one man. Y'all ain't mastered that. So all this polygyny is foolishness to me, because y'all ain't mastered one woman. It's crazy. This is crazy. And we got Mitch back. Oh, man. Oh, Mitch. Why you got to come back, man? Mitch on here. Mitch is light-skinned with freckles.
Jones, founder of Trans Media, in this Black.
He looked like the LGBTQ version of Chucky. Mitch on here talking. Yeah, Mitch, listen, y'all. I'm telling you something about these black men. I'll tell y'all something. Tell you something about these black men. Deep down inside, they know what I'm saying is true, but they weak. You think Mitch is on here on a Saturday night trolling and he's not working for the system? Come on. Come on. Mitch is the LGBTQ version of that Chucky doll. Oh, man. Let's get to you. And you know what's funny is they all have the same talking points. Again, they control the language. They steady be calling me Uncle Tom, but Uncle Tom is a hero, but they don't read, so they don't know that. They just say, they just repeating the language. Yeah, right. No money, Mitch. Ain't no way any man can be about his business and he on another man's page trolling. Think about this now. And there's no man about his business if I'm taking up his Saturday night time. Think about this now. It's Saturday night, it's 10:30. Why are two grown men on my platform? Now listen, now they claim to be straight. They claim to be heterosexual, but what would make a grown man be on another man's page that he don't agree with and stay on? It's been 57 minutes. Johnny been on here for 57 minutes. And he said he's straight. Mitch just got on here. Now, I did a video of Mitch in the car with his wife, and his wife checked him. So y'all know his wife run that household. She checked him. He tried to lie on his wife, and she checked him quick. He tried to act like his wife wasn't a fan of me and Kuhim, and it wasn't true. Wife said, don't lie on me like that. I got the video posted, but his wife checked him though. Now, he's on a date with his wife. Think about this now. He's on a date with his wife, but he's asking him, where is Blanche at? He in the passenger seat. His wife is driving. He in the passenger seat asking Kuhim, where is Blanche at? And he's going on a date with his wife. So his wife gonna be thinking, who is this Blanche guy that my husband is so infatuated with? This is supposed to be our time together. We go on a date, have a nice evening, but he's talking about Blanche. That's crazy. That's crazy. Imagine being with your wife and you hollering out, where's Blanche? Ooh. And Kuhim said, he said, I feel sorry for your wife. He said, I'm going to pray for your wife. I feel sorry for your wife. I'm like, goodness. Because see, what happens is a lot of these women, they marry these guys thinking they got a good guy because he put on a good, like I said before, it's all show. And so Mitch was a guy that probably fit the criteria as probably as far as career, education, you know, he claimed to be down with black, all the script and the fake rhetoric. But then when she got to marry him, got to know him, she's like, oh my goodness. It's sad, man. It's sad. A lot of women got tricked. Listen, I used to didn't believe they got tricked, but sometimes I'm like, yeah, they may have gotten tricked. Nah, maybe not. Maybe not. She didn't get tricked. I ain't gonna say that. She ain't get tricked. She ain't get tricked. She ain't get tricked. But if she knew what was good for her, she would leave him though. I can tell you right now that Mitch is a guy that when this stuff really hits the fan, he's going to cost her life. And it's just sad. She don't even realize that when this stuff hits the fan, her husband's gonna be a coward. He's gonna run away and hide. It's sad. She should leave now, but she probably won't. But guys like Mitch gonna cost a lot of women. A lot of women gonna be up. A lot of women gonna be very distraught when this stuff kicks off. Because these beta men they have are going to sail them up the creek. It's over. You think Mitch gonna go against some UN troops? You think Mitch gonna go against what Biden said? Mitch is already 4 shots in, about to get the 5th. Mitch is 4 shots in, about to get the 5th. He about to be the Fab 5. And he wasting his Saturday night worrying about me, and he should be worried about finding a cure. He needs to find a cure. Look at him. He said, "Cam me up. Me and my wife want to laugh." Nah, I already saw your wife. She already checked you. So that's already been seen by the world. So you can't, you don't run that household. That's a fact. That's a fact. You don't run that household. She checked you quick and you got off the phone. So you don't run that household. Most liberal men don't run their household. Most liberal men have a weak constitution about themselves. Most liberal men don't have a backbone. They soft. They weak. Most liberal men. So most liberal men are ran by their women. Y'all remember that show we did where the guy was the cowboy versus the guy from the hood. And that guy from the hood, if you go to his page, his woman runs that relationship, not him. Most liberal men, their woman runs a relationship because he doesn't stand for anything. How can a man, honestly, how can a man that votes for Joe Biden and get 4 shots call any shots in the house? How you gonna listen? If you got the shots, you can't call any shots. It's just that simple. If you got the shot, you can't call any shots. Now he want to go live. He want to go. Now listen, I ain't like the other content creators. I don't bring y'all degenerates on my page. I don't mind. But let's continue.
I'm Amara Jones, founder of Trans Media. In this Black Lives Matter moment, Black trans women have a very simple message: stop killing us. We can't expect others to care about us more than we care about ourselves. We're all free, or none of us is.
Somebody told me I'm not black. I'm trying to figure out what is black. If you ask 1,000 people what it means to be black, you will get 1,000 different answers. If you ask 1,000 people what it means to be black, you will get 1,000 different answers. Because to be black doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's fake. It's not real. It's whatever you say it is. So if you want to be black, I guarantee it's an endless journey of nothingness. Now, I just played a commercial. One of the ads was made in America. One of the ads made in Japan. Now, I want you to see the difference. In the American ad, it's a black trans person promoting McDonald's. In the Japanese ad, it's I guess a Japanese male and a redheaded white woman, but one is a black trans and then the other one's a family.
I'm Amara Jones, founder of Trans Media. In this Black Lives Matter moment, Black trans women have a very simple message: stop killing us. We can't expect others to care about us more than we care about ourselves. We're all free, or none of us is.
We're all free, or none of us are. None of us is. Sound like a slave. None of us is. I is. And she. Anyway, we is. But yeah, so you see now, what does transgender anything have to do with McDonald's? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But they know who eats McDonald's. So this message is for the folks that eat McDonald's. Let's watch the Japanese commercial. So you see that in Japan, they're promoting family values with McDonald's. And in America, we're promoting the trans agenda. But I want to, I had this old magazine from the year 2000, and it was an article in there, and it was talking about what does it mean to be black. And so they interviewed a whole bunch of people. In fact, let me go get it. Let me go get it real quick. Yeah, we shouldn't eat it though. They said they got human meat in McDonald's food. So yeah, we should eat that anyway. But I will say that in other countries, their ingredients are different. Most countries don't play that, putting human meat and stuff in the food. Okay, let's continue. Hey, Mitch, you need some better jokes. So I'm about to get rid of it because your jokes is getting more lame. So you need some better jokes. Get some new material. I'm gonna get you up out of here. Your jokes is whack. So they interviewed some people, right? I'm gonna go to some interviews. Okay, hold on. Here goes one right here. Now I just want to show you this because this is from a magazine from overseas, from the UK. But anyway, it's from 2000, and the title is Untold Magazine. And it's this Alucci model on here. You remember her from back in the day, Alucci? But the title is, "Do you know what it means to be black?" Now, the fact you have to ask this question, you already know it's gonna be some foolishness. Okay, let me get him out of here. Okay, let me block him. Got to get rid of Mitch. Let's see if Johnny got something to say. What you gonna say, Johnny? Are you gonna repent, Johnny? Johnny, you gonna repent? Let me get Johnny out of here then. Johnny don't want to repent. Block Johnny. Block Johnny. Feel like Matumbo today. Okay, got rid of Johnny. Got rid of Mitch. Okay, so what does it mean to be black? This person said confusion. Black British, Black and British, or just British. Black children born today in Birmingham or London wonder why they should regard Africa or the Caribbean as home, places to which they have never been and for which they feel little affinity. Yet some sense of the past is essential. You must know where you've been to know how far you traveled. But even as we're absorbed in Britain's multicultural landscape, we cannot fade into the background. The difference between us and them will always be obvious, even as the answer to the question, who am I, becomes increasingly obscure. So that was a guy, Black guy from Europe, from London. That guy's name was Phil Gale. This guy's name is Minister Hillary Muhammad. What does it mean to be a Black man? It means that I have been given a noble and traditionally great form to function in. So I give all praises to Almighty God, Allah, for blessing me with a teacher who has equipped me with prudence and morality, that I may be an example to all those that I am exposed to on a daily basis. You already got two different answers. Darkest House says, I do not agree that Black people are fully integrated within whichever society they have chosen to settle in. That is a huge fallacy. Where is that so? From South Africa, seconds after all the fall of apartheid, impossible. Britain, 50 years after the first moment of massive migration, not even the U.S., which we have occupied for plantation society, to modern capitalist organizations. Du Bois, the famous historian, once described this issue as the last great battle of the West. Struggles for freedom, not equality, to take these people, listen. It's 20 years old. And you can already hear the communist language, capitalism. This guy is a writer, Nelson George. I used to have a strong, easily defined idea of what Black was. It involved liking certain types of music, understanding certain terms of phrase, and believing certain social and political views. The definition of Black got me through my 20s quite well, and I figured it worked well for the rest of my life. Then thankfully, one day I grew up and realized that the generalities of youth were no match for the complexities of being an adult. There is no Black experience because the experience of the people of Africa and the diaspora are as diverse as our number. To set up rigid standards of our behavior, understand, again, I'm just reading this because this magazine, none of these people have the uniform idea of what Black is. So that means, how could Black folks ever unify if what being Black is different, if what it means to be Black is different from person to person? Black folks will never unify. Think about it. What being Black means differs from person to person. So imagine millions of Black folks running around having a different idea of who they are, but then listening to propaganda and saying they're the same person. It's utter confusion and chaos. Well, they want Michelle Obama in the White House. They do. They want Michelle Obama in the White House. Like in their perfect world, Michelle Obama would be the president and Barack would probably be the House press secretary or something like that. Like, my bad, Michael. But that will be their idea, to get the Obamas back in the White House. Because if Michelle Obama was president, she would be absolved of any wrong. Could you imagine the carnage that would ensue if Michelle Obama was president? You could never critique what she was doing. You could never check what she was doing. My goodness. They were wreaking havoc around the world. I mean, it's probably going to be Kamala. We're not going to have an election, so, But I want to talk about the language, though, right now. Philosophically, what
what he saw was that he made a number of points. What made Germany vulnerable to the takeover of the Nazis, which is the same thing that's making us vulnerable today, is he saw the disintegration of language and the corruption of intellectual thought, which paves the way for totalitarianism. And you'll see people, if you read Dostoevsky, you'll see that depicted in The Devils. You see that depicted in various of the intellectual parts of Dostoevsky's novels and the commentaries by Solzhenitsyn. Or Berdyaev, you would see that they would be talking about how Russian ideas, there was this negativity coming in Russian cultural thought that was headed towards this socialist disaster, so much so that Dostoevsky wrote, I think it was in his diaries in the 1860s, he said socialism will kill 100 million people in Russia in the 20th century. This was Dostoevsky's famous prediction about what socialism was going to do in Russia, and indeed it came true. Between National Socialism and Soviet Socialism, it easily killed 100 million people in Russia. In 60-something million people the Soviets killed, and 30-something million people the National Socialists, Nazis killed. And so this becomes this question of mass Gnostic movements, communism, Nazism, all forms of totalitarianism, because now we see in the gender, change movement, we see other movements, right? We see all kinds of things, ideas coming in, and what Voegelin pointed out is he said there's this lack of clarity, there's this destruction of language. And first he said the German language, he said that the Kaiserreich, before World War I, the sort of ideologies promoted by the Kaiser contributed to the disintegration of the German language, which is very interesting. And I would say that the sloganeering of both the Republicans and the Democrats in our country, and the reduction of complex thoughts into slogans through our politics over the last 50, 60 years has also had a similar effect on our language. And Voegelin makes the very excellent point that most of the big words we use in our political debates and discussions are just unanalyzed topics.
So yes, and again, like I said, the left has mastered the language, and what they've done is and he mentioned the sloganeering. I guess so. We talk about slogans. We have, again, the left is able to, and to me, it's not a fair fight because all of the media is liberal. So Hollywood is liberal. So all the messaging outlets are liberal. So it's kind of easy for the left to convey a message because everywhere you turn, it's liberal. So if you say things like terms like fat shaming, sayings like if you say that you're going to cause like saying, okay, you're causing violence against trans, like those kind of phrases, you're causing violence against trans, you're causing people, like those kind of things are perpetuated by the media in Hollywood. So whether it's true or not, they're going to show you it enough times to make you believe that it's true. So they control the language. So when it comes to the right or Republican side, I don't know what Republicans say other than terms that are pretty much, what's the word I'm looking for? Obvious. Like, or we could say that I guess the Republicans are saying that it's an invasion. So they've taken the word immigration and they've called it an invasion. But invasion pales in comparison to immigrants seeking asylum. Like seeking asylum trumps invasion because there's a whole bunch of emotion and propaganda behind seeking asylum. These people need us and we're America. We're supposed to help them. So that already trumps invasion. Invasion signifies that they're doing something that's wrong. So but they control the language. So you say peaceful protest, but really it's just destruction of property. But again, they control the language. It's the phrasing. So when Donald Trump came up with Make America Great Again, the left immediately attacked it. They said, oh, he meant bring back slavery, because they know that slavery is an emotional trigger. Make America Great Again was about industry, bringing industry back to America. Nothing to do with race. It was about bringing industry back to America. But that got hijacked by the left, because then it became the MAGA movement was synonymous with white supremacy, because the left controls the language. All the left language is rooted in emotions. Britt told me to look at the predicted male sperm count. Let me see. Male sperm count in 2045. This ought to be funny. Male sperm count in 2025. The meta studies show counts of good sperm decreasing by 1 to 2% a year. The trend lines of these statistics complies that human sperm will be approaching zero by 2045. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. Wait a minute. Hold on, let me read this. Sperm decline is global and significant. New study warns. Are plastic and fire-resistant furniture worth it? Accelerating rates of impaired male fertility and genital malformation portend a male health crisis, but experts say humanity isn't about to go extinct. Human fertility is in a crisis. Sperm counts worldwide have plunged by more than 50% in less than half a century. Moreover, the decline in the quantity and quality of the male seed has been accelerating, as have abnormalities in male reproductive systems, even as the planetary population continues to increase, hitting 8 billion. I can't see it. They want me to subscribe. I'm not about to subscribe to this. But they're predicting that. But they're predicting it'll be approaching zero by 2045. My goodness. It seems to be happening everywhere. If the current rate of decline continues, researchers concluded the average male sperm count will fall so low that the typical guy in every advanced economy will be infertile by 2050. If a man is infertile, I want you to think about it. If a man is infertile, what good is he really going to be? He's going to be reduced to a slave class. Like, if men are infertile, but women are fertile, the way things are going, that puts the man going to be the lowest thing on the totem pole. A heterosexual man that cannot procreate. Now, I believe that the low sperm count is going to be due to these snake bites. That's my thought. These snake bites. They already said that 5 billion people took it, so it's going to be that snake bite. Lena said, I read that today men have 65% less testosterone than their own grandfather 60 years ago. I agree. I feel like my grandfather, my father was a lot tougher than me. Like they looked tougher. Their hands was like rock, like they was, my skin is soft. They had none of that. They was like built like gladiators. So I agree. I agree 100%. Thank you, Sub-Zero, for the super sticker. Thank you, Star Baby, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mokoy. Mokoy says, I'm sorry. Star Baby said, the Holy Spirit's coming through. Thank you. Mokoy said, don't forget the liberal, brown, minority groups. They're under the black category too. I agree 100%. Be all up under liberals, trans, LGBTQs, and black folks all in the same group. Thank you, Mokoy. Oh, thanks, the goddess Navi. Thank you. But yeah, 5 billion took it. Let's continue.
And the reduction of complex thoughts into slogans through our politics over the last 50, 60 years has also had a similar effect on our language. And Verglen makes the very excellent point that most of the big words we use in our political debates and discussions are just unanalyzed topics, like democracy. What does that word mean? Or freedom? Or socialism? I mean, what does the word socialism actually mean?
And again, the left controls the language. They control the messaging because they control all the outlets. So at this stage in the game, anybody that was against this agenda would have to be very creative and very savvy. And I'm just sorry to say that most conservatives are pretty bland. It's pretty much you see what you see is what you get. They don't have any, but that's what's needed now. It may be more beneficial for conservatives to try to somehow, some way get converts that are creative versus, because most conservative content is just it's just common sense, basic stuff. It's like it's not anything that's outside of the box. I think Cutting Through the Culture is as a show, but besides Cutting Through the Culture, what shows do you really see that are like, if they're called quote unquote conservative, they're really like forward thinking. Not saying the shows are bad, but they just like basic information. I don't know. Britt says that socialism means slavery to the people. And again, this is how you grab back the language, is that the way the left speaks is in extremities. They say, oh, you're going to cause violence towards trans. It's an extreme thing. What the right has to do is the right has to say, you know what? Socialism means slavery to all people. And then you explain it from there. You don't explain it, and in the end of the thesis, it says, oh, it's by the way, it's slavery. No. You got to start a message and say socialism, communism, Marxism is slavery. Start from that point. The point of this discussion is socialism, communism, Marxism is slavery. Now we're going to explain it from that point. Now all of our talking points are going to support why it's slavery. Most conservatives go to give you the history of all of this stuff, and they build it up from the bottom to the top. That only works if you're not dealing with decadent people. We are dealing with the decadent. We are dealing with the foolish. We are dealing with the unwise. We are dealing with the dread society. We are dealing with the worst of the worst. We are dealing with the excuse-minded people. We are dealing with weak men. We are dealing with strong women, independent. We're dealing with all this. So again, you got to make a bold statement. Communism, Marxism, socialism, it's all slavery. And then we go from there. They say, Blanche, how do you feel about the trans agenda? The trans agenda is oppressive to everybody in society. And then I'm going from there. They're going to say, what do you mean? Like, you got to shock them. Blanche, how do you feel about social justice? It's a scam. It's a con. It's not real. What do you mean it's not real? You don't think? We go from there. But you got to be bold when you speak. The same way we talk to Satan, the same way we got to talk to the left. Get thee, get thee behind me, Satan. The devil is a lie. All them kind of bold statements. Same thing with the left. Blanche, how do you feel about climate change? It's one of the biggest hoax ever created, and it will lead to the enslavement of humanity. Huh? Like, you got to talk to them like that. That's what they understand that kind of language. They don't understand. Well, you see, the CO2s don't really accumulate in the clouds that much. You know, they don't want to hear all that. They want to hear, so they want to be shocked. Climate change is the nail in the coffin for humanity. That's how you got to talk to them. And then we go from there. Explain yourself, Blanche. Then we can talk. But the people have to grab the language back. You have to get the language back. And the only way to get the language back is to use strategy. So the same way the left say these crazy statements, we want equity, we want equality, all that kind of just blurting out stuff, toxic masculinity. The same way they trans violence, them gotta be the same way. Just a thought. Just a thought. You know. Talk like Vivek. Vivek, he's funny. He is funny. Paul said, Blanche, they're already experimenting on creating pods to create babies with synthetic sperm. Minjili is dancing with the devil for joy. God help us. I don't know if it's going to be okay. So if they create a clone, I don't feel like they'll have a soul though. Like, you know, I just don't feel like they're going to have a soul. I feel like they're going to be, they may be like walking and talking, but I think they're going to be soul. I think they're going to be like just a vessel. Like, I don't think they're going to, like, if they create a human, they're not going to be, to me, they're not going to have a soul, in my opinion. I don't think they can do it. I don't. I don't. Let me see. Let's see. Stimulated student said, you asked them what's the difference between justice and social justice. That's a great question, though. Like, think about it. Justice is justice. What is so like? Think about it. Social justice implies it's a different type of justice. And again, it's the language. It's an emotional trigger word because justice in itself doesn't denote skin color, doesn't denote race. It doesn't mean like it's for you. So when they say justice, well, that could be anything, but social justice means, okay, this is for me. They control the language. They control the language. But that was on Chuck's page, and that was Disintegration of Language by Eric Vogelin. But again, yeah, the language. Once they control the language, just like global warming is now climate change. What is climate change? What do you mean the climate is changing? The climate always changes. Like it's again, foolishness. The language. But we got to take it back. That's why I love God's word so much, because God's word don't play around. It's just it is. It ain't no, this is what it is. If that which a man soweth, that is what he shall also reap. If a man don't work, he don't eat. Like, these are bold statements, you know. So that's why I like God's. That's why it's going to take God's word to even combat this stuff in the first place. But let's continue. One more time, one more video. What's up, Mr. Morgan? What's up? That's right, Kiana. Truth don't change. There's some more on language right here.
Rosie, and I was groomed into feederism. Feederism is a kink, like a sexual kink regarding feeding someone generally for the purpose of them being fat or gaining weight. There's a big umbrella when it comes to feederism. And the thing about this guy is I think he was into what's called death feederism. And death feederism is what it sounds like. It's feeding someone to the point of getting so fat and so big that they die. Hi, my name is Rosie, and I was groomed into feederism.
Now, this girl sitting up here, she about 500 something pounds. Now, she said she was groomed into feederism. Now, now these are all words that mean something in the left world. Groomed into feederism. Now, when they in the schools with drag story time, they aren't grooming children. But she done sat up here and ate 12 pieces of chicken, 10 biscuits, 2 liters of Sprite, and some mashed potatoes, and all of a sudden she got groomed into being this big. They're talking to the children about sex in the school, and the children aren't being groomed. She sat down and ate 4 pizzas with stuffed crust and that garlic butter on top of the crust, extra meat. She sat down and ate 4 extra meat lovers pizza, stuffed crust with the garlic and a side of breadsticks. And she said she was groomed into doing it. Feederism. Groomed into, they got a new term for fat people. So when a person wants to eat, they're being groomed into feederism.
Feederism is a kink, like a sexual kink regarding feeding someone generally for the purpose of them being fat or gaining weight. There's a big umbrella when it comes to feederism. And the thing about this guy is I think he was into what's called death feederism. And death feederism is what it sounds like. It's feeding someone to the point of getting so fat and so big that they die.
So we can all agree that as big as she is, all that can't be from one person. One guy ain't do all that. Now we not gonna listen now. Maybe 50 pounds, maybe, but we ain't gonna attribute that guy to that 600 pounds. We're not doing that. I'm sorry. But again, what they do is any decadent behavior, they make it an illness. So if you like to eat and you're a glutton, they're going to say that you was groomed into feederism. If you're a sexual deviant, they're going to say you're minor attracted. Or they're going to say you part of the LGBTQ P don't forget XYZ community. If you look in the mirror and you have body dysmorphia and you see a woman when it's really a man, they go. So again, any decadent behavior, they put an illness to it so they can treat it. But subconsciously, if it's an illness, then you can't be held accountable for it. That's the whole purpose of it. What the devil is doing is he's getting the world to make sinful behavior some kind of illness that needs to be treated. So if sin is an illness, then a person really isn't sinning. They're just doing what? Well, I was just made this way. God made me this way. This is what the enemy is clever. This woman is sitting here at 600 pounds and she is saying she blaming somebody else. Now, do you think when she leaves, she almost ate the microphone. Now, do you think this woman is going to leave this show? Now, the guy that was feeding her is gone. Now, is she going to leave this show and eat normal? Is she going to leave this show and eat a balanced and healthy diet? Because the feederism guy is gone. Or is she going to keep eating? She going to keep eating. She going to keep eating. The enemy is clever. And I can see that they use the language. I just saw a video. Let me see if I can find it. It's my last one, I promise. this it? Okay, that's one of them. Okay, that's one of the videos. I may have two videos.
A gay person, when I say gay, men and women, okay? A gay person who still wants to attend church after the way the church person, when I say
Oh, man. I don't see that video. It was basically a video, and the video was showing how they were going to use AI to write the Bible. And
even said recently that AI could be used to rewrite the Bible and create a new religion.
It's the first technology ever that can create new ideas. You know, the printing press, radio, television, they broadcast, they spread the ideas created by the human brain, by the human mind. They cannot create a new idea. You know, Gutenberg printed the Bible in the middle of the 15th century. The printing press printed as many copies of the Bible as Gutenberg instructed it, but it did not create a single new page. It had no ideas of its own about the Bible. Is it good? Is it bad? How to interpret this? How to interpret that? AI can create new ideas, can even write a new Bible. You know, throughout history, religions dreamt about having a book written by a superhuman intelligence, by a non-human entity. Every religion claims our book, all the other books of the other religions, humans wrote them. But our book, no. It came from some superhuman intelligence. In a few years, there might be religions that are actually correct. That just think about a religion whose holy book is written by an AI. That could be a reality in a few years.
I'm gonna play it again. Rip Van Ann said the Mormons did this already. Look up the Pirate Bible. The Pirate Bible, huh? The Pirate Bible. Pirate Bible. It says the Pirate Bible, yes, translated into pirate talk. Wow. Okay, let's read what some people say. It's somebody said, laugh out loud at the guy who gave 5 stars and said, do not buy it. Our matey in Christ. I'm a follower of Christ who takes my faith seriously. And I love this. Honestly, I wouldn't listen to anyone saying this is blasphemy. Don't buy this. It's blasphemy against Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Honestly, I'm going to be buying a few more of these. Such a good gift. It's so funny to find. This is wonderful. You must read it out loud in the voice of a captain. Yeah, so basically, you know, well, we know that if folks are reading the Pirate Bible, in the beginning, God created, like we already know nobody's going to be convicted by the pirate sounding scripture. So we already know that's going to be it's done as a distractionary tool to get folks to think they can just be saved by the Pirate Bible and Pirate Jesus. Imagine Pirate Jesus got one leg with a wooden stub on it, got an eye patch, got a little parrot on his shoulder. He might have a hook on his arm, pirate Jesus anyway. But it said pirate Jesus, he can walk across the water. He don't need a ship. But anyway, yeah, but so we know the pirate Bible is going to be purely just some foolishness. Like we just know it's a distraction. But I'm going to read this again, though. Play this again.
Secular academic even said recently that AI could be used to rewrite the Bible and create a new religion.
It's the first technology ever.
Now, conveniently, if AI rewrites a Bible, it's going to take out all the things that would bring somebody to Christ. So conveniently, the AI has a mind of its own, but the mind of the AI is somehow, some way going against God's word. How convenient. And they're going to make you believe that the AI is just this pure entity. Think about the language. They're trying to make folks believe that AI doesn't have any bad intentions. AI is a neutral source of intelligence. So if AI changes the Bible, then it must mean that the Bible is wrong. It's so convenient that AI is going to be against God's word. Convenient. Nothing else. Not against transitioning children. Not against none of this propaganda. Not against the transgender. None of that. But somehow AI in its infinite AI-ness, in its pureness, is somehow finding something wrong with the Bible. AI is demonic. It's from Satan. Let's continue.
That can create new ideas. You know, the printing press, radio, television, they broadcast, they spread the ideas created by the human brain, by the human mind. They cannot create a new idea. You know, Gutenberg printed the Bible in the middle of the 15th century. The printing press printed as many copies of the Bible as Gutenberg instructed it, but it did not create a single new page. It had no ideas of its own about the Bible. Is it good? Is it bad? How to interpret this? How to interpret that?
You heard what Noah Yuval Harel, whatever his name, Huari. But you see, he said that the Gutenberg printing press didn't produce any new pages. Then he said that the printing press didn't determine whether the Bible was right or wrong. So again, this AI, they're going to pitch AI as a neutral source of intelligence. They're going to say that AI doesn't have any skin in the game. AI doesn't care about the left. AI doesn't care about the right. AI doesn't care about good or bad. AI is just a pure source of intelligence. So again, if AI is going to rewrite the Bible, you're going to think that AI is taking out the bad stuff and keeping the good stuff. That's what he just said. This is what he just said.
AI can create new ideas, can even write a new Bible. We, throughout history, religions dreamt about having a book written by a superhuman intelligence, by a non-human entity. Every religion claims our book, all the other books of the other religions, humans wrote them. But our book, no. It came from some superhuman intelligence. In a few years...
You see what he just said? He said our book came from some superhuman intelligence. He said the other books were just written by man. Now, these guys, Klaus, listen now, all the folks that created this jab, this snake bite, none of them believe in God. I don't even understand how believers are reconciling with these snake bites, and the folks that created them do not believe in God. They're actually against God. The folks that created these snake bites are literally against God. How are y'all reconciling with this? Oh, let me guess. The person that's against God gonna do something good for you? It's crazy. But you heard what he said. He said, this is what he's saying, that because he doesn't believe in God at all. He don't believe in the spirit, none of that stuff. He's saying that the Bible was written by man, therefore it's flawed. We need a religious book written by AI. Listen to the language now. They're already pitching AI as a pure, neutral source of higher intelligence. They're presenting AI as God. So if AI rewrites the Bible, then that means the AI version is the correct version. I can guarantee that AI Bible is going to be satanic and demonic. Let's continue.
There might be religions that are actually correct. That just think about a religion whose holy book is written by an AI. That could be a reality in a few years.
So as you see, they're trying to rewrite the Bible in China, and now he's talking about rewriting the Bible through AI. Again, they are not after the crystals. They're not after the sage. They're not after the herbs. They're not after the ankh. They're not after the melanin. They're not after none of that stuff. They're not after any of the esoteric sciences. They're not after any of the kings and the queens or the gods and the goddesses. They're after that word. They're after God's word. Before they can really push this agenda, they got to get rid of that Bible. Before they can really push this agenda, they got to get rid of that Bible. But as you can see, they won't get rid of it because folks are going to buck. They're just going to change it ever so slowly, ever so slightly. Just keep changing it until one day you open the Bible up, it's going to be all Satan. But listen, you all, I love you all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I went over a little bit, but I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And I will see y'all tomorrow on Cutting Through the Culture. Hope y'all have a blessed day and hope y'all enjoyed the show. Thank y'all so much.